evening, everyone, and welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Brian.
And I'm Shona.
Tonight, Shona arranged for us a special blind tasting of bottled in bond bourbons. And I believe she had a friend stop by while I was downstairs working and poured these up for us.
Yeah, and I also, we had 3 of these bottled in bonds. And we always kind of like to do our blinds with at least 4. Mm-hmm. And so my friend just actually was down home in Kentucky and brought me this old Bardstown bottle and bond that you can only get at the Willet Distillery there. And so I was really excited about the bottle. I've never had it. It is a neck pour, and this 1792 bottle and bond is a neck pour tonight. We've not had either of these, so I'm excited to try both of them. And so that's why we're going to do this show tonight, is because I got a 4th bottle of bottled in bond. So thank you.
So that's going to be good. We're hoping. I'm sure it will be.
Yep.
She, that particular friend, never seems to lead us astray on anything.
She does not. No, she has very good taste in bourbon.
She does. She does, and she shares it.
Yeah, Kentucky raised. She knows her bourbon.
So, what is bottled in bond? So, Shauna did a little research. We could have probably hashed out some sort of a description. It would have been accurate, but would not have sounded the best. So basically what she came up with is bottled in bond is a designation that was created in 1897. And the purpose was to protect the integrity and authenticity of spirits aged here in America. So there are some qualifiers, and the first one is the spirit must be produced in a single distillation season by a single distillery, and that can be January through June or July through December. Mm-hmm. That spirit must mature in the bonded warehouse for a minimum of 4 years.
And it must be bottled at 100 proof.
So these 4 bourbons we've got, bottled in bond, are all sitting right at 100 proof. So
I don't know which order we're drinking them in, but so tonight we got the E.H. Taylor bottled in bond, which is, of course, comes from the Buffalo Trace. We have the Heaven Hill bottled in bond, the 1792 bottled in bond, and the old Bardstown bottled in bond, which is part of the Willet Distillery.
And like Shauna mentioned, we haven't had the 1792 bottled in bond or the old Bardstown bottled in bond. The E.H. Taylor seems to have good days and bad days with me. I'm not sure how Shauna feels about it.
I'm about the same. It by itself, I enjoy it, but it doesn't ever seem to do well in a blind for me.
Yeah, some days it seems to be really good, and other days it's not really bad. It just doesn't seem to be consistent on the palate for us. The Heaven Hill, I don't know that either of us were super impressed with it when we first got it, but it was a neck pour. It was a neck pour at that time.
Yeah. So I haven't had it since then.
Right.
And so I'm anxious to have it tonight.
And that's probably been 6 or 8 weeks ago since we got that.
It's been a while, yeah.
Guessing. So I think we'll go ahead and get started and see what we've got. What are these numbered tonight?
Yep. Numbered down there. Number 1. I am glad that these are all 100 proof tonight and not going to burn any holes in my tongue.
She claimed that she had a hole in her tongue the next day last time from the stag.
The nose on this one is very pleasant. It has sweet, some caramel.
I would have said it was definitely a sweeter nose.
Yeah, it's a very, very good smelling bourbon. Delicious. delicious. Oh my goodness. I don't know.
Wow.
I know we've had these two, so I don't think it's that. It has to be one of these, unless this one is opened up.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely say it's not the E.H. Taylor.
Wow.
I mean, it could be, but
I could stop right here.
it's not what I remember.
This one, it has sweetness.
And just the right amount of heat.
Yeah,
There's some oak in there. Just hints
caramel
of
and
it.
vanilla, the
Yep.
normal flavors that you're looking for.
I got some brown sugar.
Yeah, definitely some, yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh, it's very good. This is what I was looking for the other night when you shocked me with that Buffalo Trace.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that little surprise I gave you.
yeah. I was looking for like a really nice pour.
Well, I guess I didn't make it up to you because you picked these.
All right, number 2.
Again, there's no heat on that one.
No heat on it. Not picking up a whole lot of flavor. It's not unpleasant. I don't really get any ethanol or anything like that. It's just a hint of I don't know, a hint of caramel maybe. It's this one's a little bit warmer on the palate. Definitely picking up some char or oaky.
Now, I didn't feel it was warmer on the palate. I felt it was much warmer on the finish than the number 1. But I got sweetness again. Oak, more oak. I got the caramel. I don't get as much brown sugar out of that one as I did the first one.
I don't know what the mash bills are on any of these. One, I truly don't know if any of them are reported. I didn't think to even look them up. I would say this one has a little bit of rye in it. Maybe I'm getting some more of the spice in it.
Yeah, the spices are in there. Really pleasant on the nose though. I mean, I don't get any of that burn or, like you always say, ethanol.
Again, good. Now, I kind of like this little bit sweeter tasting whiskeys, and so I would say number 1 still coming in first because it had that sweetness to it. But number 2 is good.
I think I agree with you.
They're both good.
Yeah, I wouldn't give number 2 away. But I would probably tend to drink number 1 first.
Yeah. I'm anxious to see what number 1 is. And to number 3. Again, pleasant smelling, not.
I get a little more heat on that one.
I get some sweetness to it. It's pleasant.
Yeah, it's not it's not a terrible.
A little heat again, but the finish is a nice sweeter. It's a nice pleasant finish.
3 just became my number 1. That's really, it's got like the perfect amounts of everything for me. The heat is like right down the middle. The sweetness is right there with it.
It's
very balanced.
It is good. I'm still leaning towards number 1, but number 3 is beating number 2 for me.
Definitely beat number 2. I feel like brown sugar is back pretty strong on number 3.
Good. Going to number 4. Just to let you guys know, you probably won't hear or see Rex anywhere this evening. Poor guy, after having dogs here this weekend, he has done nothing but sleep on the sofa like he's a whipped dog.
He's been wore out.
Brian sent me a picture, text me a picture I was at work today with him like sprawled out on the couch with the caption, I just can't. Poor guy.
He put in a big weekend.
He did, but he missed them. As soon as they left, he missed them.
Keeping track of 4 adults and 2 other dogs.
This one's nice on the nose.
Yeah, I don't get any heat at all in the nose of that one.
No, it's pleasant. Just a little bit of burn. Followed up again with some sweetness.
Did you get any cherry anywhere in any of those?
No, I did not. Did you? I didn't get any leather or tobacco
I
either.
did feel like I got some fruit in number 4. I can't say it was cherry, but
Good. They're all good. I'm pleasantly surprised with all 4 of them. Go back and do a quick taste to line them up.
yeah, it's going to be really hard, honestly, to put them in order because they're all really close. First round, anyway.
So exciting news is the drywallers will be here tomorrow, Tuesday,
That's
late
very
morning
exciting.
to start hanging some drywall. So hopefully, I know that they're coming to get the drywall hung the first 2 days.
Yeah, they're
and then
coming.
They gotta go back to another project.
We're expecting a cold snap for the next few days here, with highs in the upper 40s. And the job they're working on ahead of us, they're getting ready to tape the joints and mud the joints, and there's no heat on that job. So they're going to come here, get ours hung, and then at the end of the week, when the temperature goes back up, they're going to go finish the other one. And then hopefully next week they'll be back to mud ours. That's really good. I feel like it got more drinkable. Not that it wasn't
I was gonna say.
not that it wasn't drinkable. It's just like opening the fridge and pouring yourself a glass of whatever. It's just that.
It's good.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good. They're all 4 of these are good. I would recommend any of the 4, to be honest, because number 2 that I'm tasting, I think it's going to fall into my last place.
I was just,
But-
while you were talking, I was thinking, I think it's last for me. And it's not really fair to say it's last, because it's not bad. It's just the other 3 come in above it. Do you have a favorite? Not ready to
Well,
say?
it'll be my number one pick. I got one more to taste before I decide that, though.
I guess will it be a clear favorite?
Okay, I'm on ready. So yes, I do have a clear favorite. It was my favorite going first and favorite second round too. It does always shock me, and I don't know if, well, one, this first taste of bourbon I've had today, so I don't know if it's fair to say, like, when you first taste them, because I find the second time around they do taste different. But I don't know if it's just because you tasted, so you have other things on your palate, or what. But I will say number one, the first bourbon was my favorite, the first tasting and my second tasting. So it is staying my number one.
Okay, so my number one is 4.
Okay.
And is that what you said you had?
No, number one is
Number
my
one.
number one.
My number 2 is a tie.
You can't have a tie.
I'm going to have a
You cannot
tie.
have a tie.
I can have a tie. It's my taste.
Okay.
I can't choose. For me, 1 and 3, there's just not that much difference in them to be able to put one ahead of the other. Let me try it again, since you said I can't have a tie.
Well, one's my number one and three's my number two. And they were close. So I agree with you. But you really do need to line them up.
Relax, I'll get there.
So you went 1 and 3?
4, 1, 3, 2.
4, 1, 3, 2. Hey, we both agreed number two's last.
Yeah, but it has to go somewhere.
Well, in last place, since number two is the one we agree on, in last place, number 2 was Heaven Hill.
Heaven Hill.
So this is in order for everyone.
We'll just set them up in the background here.
Last place
Heaven Hill.
is Heaven Hill.
Okay.
Number 1 for me was number 1, and that is Old Bardstown. And that came in
That's
second
my
place
number 2.
for Bryan. My number 2 was number 3, which is his number 3, which is E.H. Taylor. And then my third place and your first place was Heaven Hill. Oh, I mean, sorry, 1792. So this one was your first place and my third place.
Mm-hmm.
This one was my first place and your second place. So here's my winner, and there's Bryan's winner. And that's last place. So,
Those were, there comes Rex. Nope.
he went around.
He's going around us. Those are really good. And for the old Bardstown being a neck pour, and the 1792 being a neck pour, I'm anxious to have those in a few weeks because they're good right now.
You know, that is, like, yeah, I didn't even think about that. They're both neck pours. So, yeah. Yep. I will say that honestly, E.H. Taylor came in higher than what it normally does for me,
Yep.
I feel, and it's very good. I'm not shocked that Heaven Hill came in last. I know that we tasted it before, it was okay. It's still good. I'm
feel
not
like
saying it's not good, it is good.
I feel like it's gotten better to us
Yeah,
because it was a struggle. You know what I mean? It wasn't.
it was, but
It wasn't clear cut. Where the first time we had it, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't something that you or I would reach for on a regular basis.
right.
And I feel like it's up there now where we would pour and drink it.
Yeah. Pleasant tasting. I enjoyed this.
Very nice, yeah.
I loved it. It's a great lineup. I would pour me any of them. I'd drink any of them.
Yeah, it's 4 great bourbons.
Yep.
E.H. Taylor, allocated.
It is. It is. You can only get this one at the distillery.
Yep. The bottle in bond 1792.
Very hard to get.
Had to
And-
pull some strings with a
yeah,
friend to
so
get
I don't
that.
even know how you get that one besides
And
begging.
the Heaven Hill
That
was.
we can find.
It's starting to be pretty findable, pretty easy.
Yeah.
When I got that one, it wasn't.
Right.
When I got that one, it was.
But now we've seen it everywhere
Yep.
almost.
Especially up in northern Ohio.
Yeah. So unfortunately, these aren't super easy to obtain. I mean, unless,
No, they're not. They're just, and we tried not to do that, but
right, but it is what it is. But I would definitely, if you're at the Willett Distillery, pick up a bottle of this. It's delicious, and from what I hear, you can only get it there. So if you're there, definitely pick up a bottle.
and I think she told you that the retail on that bottle was in the 20s. Is that right?
I think it's mid-20s, yeah.
Yeah.
So very good price.
Great buy. I mean, it really is.
I'm super excited. It's very, very good.
Yeah, and I don't think it's hard to get if you go to the distillery. It sounds like it's something that's always on the shelf there. So definitely check that one out if you're in that area and you get a chance to go pick that up. Heaven Hill, it seems to be getting better the longer it's opened. I still don't think I'm going to run right out and buy another bottle, but it is moving up on the list.
Yep.
The E.H. Taylor, like we said at the start of the show, we know that we always are going to have good days and bad days with it. Today was a good day.
Yep.
And this bottle in bond 1792,
The 1792 line,
we haven't had anything we didn't like, I don't think.
We really need to make a trip down to that distillery.
Yeah, and just see what we can get our hands on.
Yeah, because it's truly, the only one that we can truly find here in Ohio is a small batch.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to find.
Yeah, it's spotty. When it's available, it's available. And when it's not,
Yeah.
it's not anywhere.
But love it.
Yeah, it's great.
It's just great. So,
I think we're on our second bottle of that.
yeah, we are. Most definitely.
So,
Anyways, thanks. This was a good lineup. I
thank
liked
you.
it.
This was good. You did good picking this out.
Yeah.
So, until next time, guys, hopefully we'll be able to show you some good progress
I'm
on
excited.
the basement bar.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us and have a great night, everyone.
Thank you.